Hello there.
Hello.
Deacon
Good morning,
Dan,
Deacon
how are
Dan.
you?
Good. How are you this morning?
We're doing well. Obviously, having some technical difficulties, but we're glad to have you on the air for a couple of minutes as we talk about our word for today, knows.
Fantastic. Thank you. So, briefly, the Baltimore Catechism. Here's your Baltimore Catechism trivia question for the day. Why did God make me?
To know, love, and serve Him.
God made
right?
me. There you go. To
Yeah.
know Him, love Him, and serve Him. So notice that the first thing the Catechism says is to know Him. Just as Psalm 46 says, "Be still and know that I am God." John chapter 10, Jesus says, "I am the good shepherd. I know mine, and mine know me." So the word know, K-N-O-W, implies some kind of a relationship. I think oftentimes we get confused of the difference between knowing someone and knowing about someone. So I can know about somebody without knowing them at all. If I can memorize where a person was born, where they're from, what they do for a living, their birth date, and all that sort of thing, I can know a lot about that person. But to really know somebody, according to the dictionary, says to develop a relationship with them after having met them and spent time with them. And so in today's gospel, Jesus says, no one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son. And so it speaks to this intimate relationship Jesus has with his Father, and it invites us to have a closer relationship with the Father through the Son. And Dave, as you talked about earlier, so our job as Christians is to develop that relationship with God, to get to know Him better. So when we think about how we get to know, for example, our spouse or a future spouse, we date, spend time together, long talks, learning about what the other likes and what they dislike. And that's how we approach getting to know God. Like any relationship, it's going to go nowhere if we don't put the time and energy into it, and if we don't take the time to talk to God, which of course is what prayer is all about. So today in that gospel, Jesus says that God revealed Himself to the childlike. And I think that's significant because children are inherently inquisitive. Sometimes they can talk your arm off. And that's exactly what God wants of us. He wants us to get to know Him intimately by having that prayer, that religion, intimate conversation with Him so that we can form a relationship that allows us to truly get to know Him. And so I always find it fascinating. The Catechism here doesn't say that God made me to know more about Him. And Jesus didn't say that He knows about His sheep. He says He wants to know us, which means He wants to enter into an intimate relationship with us. So our word of the day is know.
Oh, my goodness. I love it. Thank you so much. Deacon Dan, we are so thankful we were able to get you in to share those thoughts, and we look forward to your word of the day reflections.